Hey there. Today, I want to talk about your biggest moment, your most important moment in network marketing in your entire career. Because I'll tell you what happened in mine and what needs to happen in yours. When I joined this profession, I was hoping to get lucky. I was hoping that maybe I could get some people involved and they would help me become wealthy. I was hoping that the profession itself would make up for my lack of skill, my lack of influence, my lack of ability, my lack of education. And I had a little bit of early success that kind of kept me in the game. But if I'm honest, my first 3.5 years, I struggled. I built my team. I get my little team built up to like 30 people that said that they wanted to build a business, and then it would fall apart. And then I'd build it up again to like 30 again. And it seemed like there was this little invisible barrier, like 30 builders, and it would fall back down to 12. And I'd build it to 30, it'd fall back down to 7. And I'd build it to 30. I just couldn't get it going. And I was focused on looking for the magical system, the perfect tool. I was always mad at my upline. I always, like wishing the company would do something different, if they changed the compensation plan or improve the product or whatever. I was constantly looking for an angle in order to be able to make a little bit more by doing a little bit less, right? And the one thing that kept me in the game was I had a mentor early say, never miss an event. And our company at the time had 3 events a year. So never miss an event, no matter what. And I decided I was going to commit to that. And most of the time when I didn't have the money, if the company was hosting an event, I was attending. Okay. So after like 3.5 years of this, I was so frustrated because I started to think, and I don't know if this has ever happened to you, that maybe there's something wrong with me. Because I'm watching all these other people walk across the stage, have all this big success. Why not me? Maybe there's something wrong with me. And I remember sitting in a convention in Orlando, Florida, 3.5 years in, and really discouraged, making just barely enough money to pay my bills. And it was literally like I got hit by lightning. I said, wait a minute. What if I just decided to become a professional? If I decided to learn the skills, if I decided to go pro, if I was world class at this, instead of looking for shortcuts and angles, if I was just great at this, this was my career, my profession, what would happen? And I was like, what? Hold on. If I did that, and I can go figure this out from other people who've been successful. If I did that, then nothing could stop me. Then I could go to the top. So I let go of hoping my downline was going to do something or wishing my upline was going to do something, or the company was going to do something. And I just, in that moment, I made a decision. And that decision was, I'm going to become a professional. That's the biggest moment in your network marketing career. When you decide, I'm going to become world class at this. I'm going to become a professional. Now, mind you, you can become a professional and still be part-time. You can take care of your family, take care of your bills with your job, and still be a professional part-time. You could be a professional musician part-time while you have a job if that musician passion doesn't pay a lot. I was full-time at that moment, but you don't have to be full-time in order to commit to being a professional. I learned that there's posers and there's amateurs and there's professionals inside of network marketing. There's these posers, fakers, people trying to get something for nothing. Then there's amateurs, people fumbling around. Then there's professionals who decide that they're going to learn the skills and do it right. I made a decision. And I thought in my first 3.5 years, I had made a decision many times. But I realized that there were still things that could knock me out. But once I really made a decision, I said, Period. End of story. I'm going to become a professional and I'm going to the top. Period. I got to tell you, my first 3.5 years, the dominating emotion in my body was fear. Fear that I wasn't enough, fear that maybe I was in the wrong company or lived in the wrong place, fear that I was too young, fear I didn't have experience, fear that people were judging me, fear that I was going to miss out on this opportunity. And in that moment of decision, the fear left my body. And when the fear left my body, I just started doing my homework. I went and found who is the best person at finding prospects, who is the best person in the company, or who could teach me how to invite those people to take a look, who could teach me how to present in a way that works, who could teach me how to follow up and answer questions, overcome objections, who could teach me how to close, right? Who could teach me the fundamentals of how to do this? And I started to create a playbook, and I just applied Plan, Do, Review to that commitment to become excellent. I made a decision. I applied Plan, Do, Review. I was willing to give it the time necessary to become great, knowing I wasn't going to become great right away. And I realized nothing could stop me. I was going to go to the top. They were going to see me waving from the top of that mountain or dead on the side of the road, and I wasn't coming back. That decision is the decision that will change your life. And I'm going to ask you to make that decision. You might be ready to make it today. If you're not, that's okay. You can make it at some point. But when you make that decision, just know that we're going to work together every single day to help you on your journey to become a professional. Just know that. Okay? This is a long-term process, and I'm going to be your friend in the process. But I cannot help you if you don't make a decision. Okay? So we'll strengthen the commitment as we go, but borrow my belief in you if you don't even have belief in yourself for the moment, while we help you build belief and build the skills necessary to grow your business. Okay? So the biggest moment in your network marketing career is the moment when you make the decision to become a professional. I'm excited for that, when that moment happens for you. Okay? That's it for today. I'll talk to you tomorrow. We got a great lesson, so I'll look forward to seeing you then.